5 horrifying creatures caught on CCTV cameras. Have you guys ever wondered about the scariest things that could ever happen? A lot of creepy stuff has been caught on camera in the past and sent chills to people. And you guys would enjoy this video of the scariest creatures. Welcome to Just Scary. Iceland War Monster. Most of the legends talk about giant creatures living in lakes that are harmless, and some are even ridiculous. However, the Iceland War Monster isn't like your water horse or any friendly Scottish Loch Ness monster. It's the kind of thing that you want to avoid at all costs. To give some context, these creatures are meant to be around 200 feet long, which is insanely large, the same length as a football field. But that's too long, right? Anyone who gets to see these creatures often ends up recording them for curiosity. It was seen for the first time in 1345 and for the last time in 2012, so they can live either 700 years or a whole family lives under the surface. There may be circumstances in which they find solace in the underwater world and come out whenever they face issues. I had their way, to be honest, as I'm not sure which could be worse, as both options seem scary as hell. Now, as for how it looks, it is said to be a giant snake covered in humps, so if you decide to go looking for it, it shouldn't be that hard to spot. With that thought, if you decide to spend your weekend monster hunting, then I recommend investing in a good pair of binoculars to stay as far away from the water as possible, because these are terrifying. Many experts believe this creature vomits and uses it to trap prey fish in the water. It always sails through its jaws above the water level, so it appears only like rocks and nothing like that sea monster. Spooky woman. What would you do if you were driving alone down a dark countryside, and then you saw a spooky woman in a long white dress shuffling towards you? I don't think I could handle that much scary stuff. Either I would faint or just become dumbstruck. Well, if you said to drive away as fast as possible, then you are smarter than any of these guys in the car. 2 men inside the car heard reports of a monster in the area, so their crazy idea was to track it down. The good news was they found what they were looking for, but things didn't go exactly how they wanted them to. At first, the creature looked harmless and looked like it needed help. The men didn't know that it would turn out to be so scary. In the video, you can see it limping along as if it was suffering from some pain. And even if it didn't stop moving and continued walking towards the car, it seemed to be trying to get the people in the car to save it. That said, the closer it got, the more it looked like something was off. And that is confirmed when they try to drive away. Instead of just following them at a distance or watching them, the creature runs as fast as it can towards them. It ran almost like it was going to dive into the car. I must admit that if you face this kind of creepiness, you get nightmares. So if you see something dark on the side of the road, it would be for the best to leave it alone instead of trying to chase that away. This incident proved that getting struck by a horrific moment can cause mental trauma and continuous nightmares. Bigfoot. Everyone knows that Bigfoot might be the most famous and mysterious creature of all time, and a lot of pop culture makes him out to be almost cool. However, watching this video, it doesn't look like something you want to befriend. Not only is it strong enough to kill pretty much everyone with its bare hands, but some reports say it has glowing red eyes and stands about 7 feet tall. As if that was not enough, it is said that it permeates a glowing aura and no one knows what it does. Bigfoot is famous for being an urban legend, so there are still innumerable doubts over whether it exists or not. The footage in this video is very difficult to demonstrate because it shows off his huge limbs and how his face contorts when he sees the camera. According to most researchers and experts, it's almost impossible that that is a mask or a costume because it would be too big and heavy, and it would not be able to move in the way it does. Even so, I'm not completely convinced. But I would like to know what you think in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon for more regular updates on creepy stuff. A night vision. A short night vision from way back in this 2008 video might be scarier than normal because everyone can agree that there is definitely and surely something out in the dark. However, no one can agree on what it is. All this took place when 2 guys decided to go and take a walk through the woods. While walking, they heard a strange rustling sound in the grass. Now, if that were me, I would have gone straight in the opposite direction, but they decided to walk towards it. which turned out to be a bold move and a terrible idea. They saw a weird creature lying in the grass, like a weird, pale creature, as if it was human. The creature had a huge head and human-like features. It would be natural for most people to assume that it was just a man, right? Just as the guys got close to see what it was, the creature opened its eyes. Next, we see the guys running through the grass to escape whatever is chasing them. Some people claim that it was a fallen angel from above that has lost its wings, while others think it is one of the legendary chupacabra, while others believe it to be the urban legend the rake. But above all, what matters is that the creature was terrifying and terrible. A giant squid. We all have seen octopuses and squids, and many of us consume them as delicious delicacies and dishes. However, do you know that a giant squid sea monster exists? Well, let me help you find out right now. There is a reason that so many science fiction and horror movies use sea creatures as their inspiration, because we know very little about our oceans and the things that inhabit their depths. The ocean is the most unexplored place on Earth. We know next to nothing about what inhabits its depths. This creature is but one of the few mysteries that we had the displeasure of finding. These giant squids might be the scariest things on Earth. The magna pinna, a squid, floats around 2 to 3 kilometers underwater, and they are the closest thing we can call aliens on Earth. It becomes even more frightening when you realize that we know next to nothing about them, as up to now, only 12 photographs have been taken of them. However, we know that their tentacles can reach 23 feet long, and since we haven't been able to study them properly, they could even reach larger lengths. However, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the deep seas are better off unexplored, because invading the homes of these giant monsters seems like a horror movie waiting to happen in real life. Well, aren't these some of the most mysterious and terrifying creatures that were caught on camera? Some people believe these creatures are fake, while others believe in their ultimate existence. But what do you think? Do you like these types of videos? The things I mentioned seem scary and terrifying, ending with a horrifying outcome, but it may also be good for you to know about each one of them for the purposes of safety. As the vast oceans, forests, and seas of the Earth remain unexplored, there are numerous unknown creatures that appear frightening to humans, and hence they are often perceived as monsters. What do you think, guys? Is there still the existence of monsters in the 21st century? Well, if you have the answer, then we would be eager to know it. And that brings us to the ending of today's video. And I thank you for watching the video till the very end. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Just Scary. Follow for more regular updates if you like terrifying things.